Hello everyone, my name is Samantha and welcome to my channel, I guess. So for today's vlog, this is actually vlog number 2 already. Oh my gosh. In today's vlog, I'm gonna talk about like what I've promised from the last vlog. I'm gonna discuss, what is this, a meeting? So I'm gonna share with you how I learned Thai language in just 1 year. I actually shared this in my BL Stan Twitter about, my channel, and I kind of made a mistake that I said that I was learning for already 2 years. My bad, I'm so dumb at math. So yeah, it's actually a year since I've started learning Thai. So yeah, let's get straight to it. So it's actually been a year. Yeah. It's not also consistent though, that there are some weeks that I take the time off on learning Thai because last year was my last year in college, so I have little to none time in learning Thai because I learned Thai for fun at first, learning a new language. Yeah, that's kind of one of my interests though, learning languages. So yeah, it was for fun at first, and then it kinda sorta had a meaning as I progressed in learning Thai. So yeah, it was difficult at first, but then I learned how to adapt with the language, especially knowing that Thai is a tonal language. I have learned Mandarin since I was in elementary. So learning a tonal language like Mandarin is not a new thing for me. So yeah, I've had lessons in Mandarin, and then it's not far from Thai when it comes to the tones. The difficulty of learning the language is still there. How do I start this? I don't know really how to start this. I just prepped this. I prepped everything without a script or a flow of what I'm going to say or do in this vlog. But I'm just gonna list everything right now, spontaneously, on how. So yeah. I think the first one is to really know the culture, I guess. If you know the culture, it will lead from there. Your interests, especially if you're into Thai BL, if that's the reason why you're into learning Thai language. So yeah, your interests should be related to Thai culture. That's the first one. So that when it comes to the difficult parts in learning the language, it won't be as dreadful as it will be. Because I've learned Mandarin, a tonal language, and I have no motivation in learning Mandarin, so it was hard. But with Thai, a tonal language, it was kind of easy because it is in line or connected with my interests, which is Thai BL. So yeah, I think you should be interested in learning and understanding the culture first. And then the next thing that I did was to if you will ask me what is the first thing that a beginner should learn to either read or write, I think you should learn how to speak first. Yeah, because I learned Korean. I tried learning how to read first, and yeah, I know how to read Korean now. I can read not really fast paced, semi-fast reading in Korean. Yeah, I can read in Korean, but there are some sentences that I can still understand, though I can understand basic Korean, but when it's the conversational stuff, yeah, I stopped learning Korean. It was because of school, actually, also. But yeah, that's for another story. But yeah, I suggest that if you will start to learn Thai, maybe start speaking at first. Learn how to speak first than writing or talking, because what was your main reason why you wanted to learn Thai? It was, maybe, at least for me, it's to be able to talk to my Thai idols. So yeah, I did the opposite when in learning Korean, because I started to learn how to read and write first rather than speaking. And yeah, it somehow didn't work for me. Yeah. So yeah, I tried to do the opposite with Thai language. So I tried to learn how to speak first, than writing and reading. Because unlike Korean, which is per syllable, like how you will write the letters and the formation is bisyllable, in Thai it's the same as the English alphabet. Like there are consonants and there are vowels, and then you will like list them in a sentence here, like that. And it's different from Korean. If I will compare it to Korean or with other languages that I have learned, it's easier to write and read in Korean, but it's the most difficult language to learn because the tenses are very hard to understand. Yeah. Unlike in Thai, wherein you will create or formulate sentences, you will just add like a word after the sentence in order to make a tense, past, present, future tense. You will just add words in the sentence itself. And the formation of sentences is just easy, unlike in Korean, for me. It's easier to create sentences in Thai than Korean, but it is easier to read Korean than Thai because the Thai alphabet consists of so many letters, very difficult to memorize. But with 1 year, you can memorize it if you have the drive to do it. Yeah, you can do it. So yeah, I compared it. How did I learn again? Oh yeah, like what I've said in the previous vlog, that you should find the right textbooks because that's the basic source of information that you need to have. Because if you don't know any Thai people, textbooks are your first friend. So yeah, textbooks. Then if you want to learn through audio visuals, you can watch Thai series, Thai BL series, but I really recommend Thai reality shows because that's just it's not scripted, it's more natural than series because writers wrote a script for those speakers to speak. Unlike in reality shows, it's more natural. So the next one is I planned on a lesson plan. I don't know, an outline, I guess, on how you will do the the learning sessions with yourself. I started with the basics, so it's like basic greetings, basic conversations, and then numbers, greetings, directions, people, animals, food, colors, clothes. Yeah, I started to learn those things first, and then it became easier when making Thai sentences because I already know a few words. So yeah, I can already make a few sentences out of those words. It's easier to connect the small words that I've learned into a sentence. Though it will sound kind of off if a native speaker will hear you speak, but at least you have a point. At least what you're saying has a point. So that's the next thing that I can suggest. Try to learn few phrases, few words, verbs, like what I've mentioned a while ago. Yeah, learn those first. And then, sentence making will just be easier. Because when it comes to grammar, it's really just easy. I am blank. I am doing blank. I am hungry. you are pretty, you are going now, you are going later. So the grammar is just like that. So it's easy to create sentences. Then the next thing is, if you are somehow comfortable in, speaking small sentences, you can practice your Thai with another Thai person or another person who knows how to speak Thai. In my case, I have a friend who is in Thailand. I met him online, and then I've been helping him with English, he's been helping me with Thai. So yeah, it's kind of like an engaging relationship. Yeah. If you have a person or a Thai person you can practice with, I suggest you start with voice recordings. Yeah, because that's what I did first. Sent voice recordings, and then we talked through voice recordings, and then he corrected me with what tones, what sentences, what words were said wrong, because the pronunciation and the tones are wrong. So yeah, voice messages, and then it progressed to typing Thai alphabets, like Thai words itself. So yes, it's really very helpful. When it comes to finding a Thai person, I cannot really help you with that. Yeah, BL Stan Twitter has a lot of Thai fans. So yeah, just scroll through Stan Twitter, Thai BL Stan Twitter. Yeah, you will meet a lot of Thai people there. And Thai people are really friendly. So you don't have to worry about, that. Don't hesitate to communicate with Thai people. Just tell them what your intentions are so that they won't think you're weird. What else? Oh, this is one thing that I did during 1 year of learning Thai. I tried to record myself learning new things every day last year. The first 2 months were overwhelming, so yeah, I decided to film it and post it on my Instagram. But the succeeding months were just, it's kind of embarrassing posting it on my Instagram. So yeah, I decided to keep the rest of the videos for myself. But yeah, I called it my Daily Thailand.
Wow.
So yeah, it was kind of like a daily vlog, but it's just for myself. So yeah, I took videos for the rest of the month, every day of the month, and then recapitulating everything that I've learned throughout that month. And then it's like an evaluation for the month, and then reminding myself on those lessons, and then repeat that for the next months. That's really how I started to practice my Thai every day. So yeah, I just repeated what I have said throughout the whole year. That's just basically how I learned Thai. I learned by myself. I learned with the help of watching series, Thai BL series. I learned with the help of my Thai friends. And lastly, I learned how to, memorize or remember all the things that I've learned through making videos, everyday videos, as if it's like a requirement. So it's like there's consistency in learning the language. It's not like just okay, I'm learning for 1 week, and then a week after you're gonna get tired or lazy in learning. So yeah, I really made it a requirement so that there's consistency in learning. But yeah, in between those days where I just learned how to speak, I also started to learn how to write. So one skill isn't ahead of another, so it's like balance. But yeah, I gave more importance to learning how to speak first than writing. But yeah, I didn't leave reading and writing. So yeah, that's just basically it. I hope it's clearer now. Stay tuned for vlog number 3, which is, the start of me teaching you the good stuff in Thai language. So yeah, see you next time, I guess. If you want to though. But please, I hope you want to. So that's it. Thank you everyone. See you next time. ขอบคุณนะคะทุกคน แล้วเจอกันนะคะ Bye.